there could have reached our divinized sense and heart. Well, if the earth were pure, then our sense and heart could have reached something, you see. But then why is he narrating all that? Yeah, earth is not pure enough, we accept it. It is there, okay, because earth was born from inconscience. There could have reached our divinized sense and heart. Sense, the faculty of mind. Sense here pertains to the faculty of mind. Perception, cognition, that is the faculty of mind. And heart, emotion, psychic quality. If these were divinized, some natural felicity, bright extreme, some thrill, supernatural, absolute. What would happen if sense and heart were pure enough? Then some felicity, some absolute, some thrill of absolutes, some strength that could laugh and sport on earth's hard road and never feel her cruel edge of pain. All love could play and nowhere nature stream. So if this is, he is giving you some examples of the whole thing, you see. If sense and heart were divinized, purified and divinized. Purified here, divinized means purified again at the foot of there could have reached our divinized sense and heart. Some natural felicities, bright extreme, the brightest extreme of happiness, joy, felicity could have reached that place, that heaven's joy. Thrill of supernature's absolutes, all strength could laugh and sport. All, yeah, I mean, they would merrily do whatever they like, you see, sport on earth's hard road. You do not feel the struggle, the toil of walking on this road, and never feel a cruel edge of pain. All love could play, and nowhere nature's shame. Yeah, now our play is a shame to nature, basically, you see. There could have reached our divinized sense. When? There could have means when, if earth were pure enough. This would have happened. If earth were pure enough, this would have happened. But it is not there. Therefore, but she has stabled the dreams and matters goes. Something would happen. All these examples, strength, love, felicity, thrill, all this could have happened, but they are not happening because it's not pure enough. Our heart and our sense, they are not pure enough. But she has stabled, she, life. This while life is there between the veil and the shadowy wall, that life has stabled her dreams in matter's course, Stable, it does not mean that gives stability. Here stable is not in the sense of giving stability. Stable where the horses are stable, the life forces are stable. Where the life forces are stable, you see. In matter's court, so in matter's court there is a stable for the horses, you see. How do they translate stable?
Securely.
Horses go?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
If it is, he is taking that stable, that's a good thing, you see. Proper one. You see. He is not stable in the sense of fixed, firm, steady, is not in that sense, you see. But she is stable, the dreams and matter. Although to some extent that could also be applied. Dreams are wandering, they are not steady and all that thing, she is making them stable also. It could also. But basically here in matter's court, give the sense of the stable being in the court of matter. And still her doors are barred to think supreme. She has managed to stable some of these things, but the doors are not allowing the Supreme Peace to enter in yet. These worlds could feel God's breath visiting their tongue. All these worlds which are there of life worlds from the shadowy wall to the will, all these worlds could feel God's breath visiting the earth on the highest. Some glimmer of the transcendence hem was there. They could feel that thing, you see. See, although we feel only some natural felicity, some thrill, etc., etc., because our sense and heart are not sufficiently divinized. But she has managed to stabilize these things and give certain concreteness. But she has stable the dreams and matter school, and still her doors are barred to think. But you see, that double meaning of stable, which is possible in English, I don't think that emerges in French.
No, he didn't use it as a verb.
See, stable is taking a house of horse, but the stable also making it steady. Now, does it come there in this sense?
No, he didn't use it as a verb. He said he put it in the stable.
Yeah, but stable in English language, you have got the double sense possible.
Yeah.
Both of the stable and of stability or steadiness.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
In English, both the senses are possible. Although here, it is more towards the stable of the horse. Life forces are stable there. Across the white ionic silences, immortal figures of embodied joy. Across the white ionic silences. Well, that is what is happening through ages and ages and ages, millennia and millennia and millennia. See, this whole evolution has taken such a long time. You cannot really calculate the number of years how it has happened here. And we are able to say that there will be the appearance of Superman. How long it will take for the Superman to be born here on? And his answer was that maybe it will take 300 years, maybe it will take 500 years. Now 300 and 500 years compared with aeonic ages is minuscule, is an instant, is practically immediate, you see. Life, nature has taken so many millennia to bring out man into existence here and take it forward. So from a biological point of view, 300 years or 500 years is absolutely nothing in the biological calculation. You see, in the biological calculation. And he says, it will take, but we are impatient people, we are without doing our sadhana, we want it immediately today, everything, you see. Across the white ionic silence, immortal figures of embodied joy. The joy has taken the physical form, has taken a figure, a fixed nation, and they are immortal figures. Travels wide spaces near to eternity's sleep. So these figures of embodied joy are now approaching eternity's sleep. That is her great work. Already, across the white ionic silence through whole ages, she has already brought now things to a point where the immortal figures are approaching eternity's sleep, eternity's trance, eternity's pratnya consciousness, sleep, sushupti, that is the pratnya consciousness. Knowledge domain. Sleep stands here for divine knowledge in that sense, you see, which is in a mood of, in a state of trance, which is not active, dynamic, you see. So these immortal figures are already traveling, are already approaching eternity's sleep, pratnya consciousness, you see, across the white ionic, white purity, because he's talking of if earth are not pure enough, unless they are pure enough, this will not happen. White ionic silences, immortal figures of embodied joy, travels wide spaces. Yeah, it's a long journey actually. Near to eternity sleep. Pure, again he's repeating, white, pure, see, pure, mystic voices in beatitude's hush. Appeal to love's immaculate sweetness. Mystic voices appeal to love's sweetness. That is already a great advance. See the figures of joy he has described here, figures of embodied joy, they are approaching eternity sleep. And the voices are appealing to love for his sweetness, appealing to love for his sweetness, calling his honey touch to thrill the world. Obviously, to thrill the world. His blissful hand to seize on nature's limb. He must come, the lover must come and seize nature's limb. So this is a picture of a lover holding the beloved in his hand and pouring himself out to see, calling his honey touch to thrill the world, his blissful hand to seize on nature's limb, his sweet intolerant might of union, sweet intolerant might of union. Well, that is the force, that is thrust of the lover on the beloved. His sweet intolerant might of union, to take all beings into his Saviour arms, drawing to his pity the rebel and the wave, drawing to his pity that lover. He is drawing both rebel. He may quarrel with him, you may quarrel with him, but still he is drawing closer to him. And the wave, a child or a poor man who has no home, who is homeless, that is the way he sees. He draws everybody in his arms, to take all beings into his Saviour's arms, drawing to his pity the rebel and the way, to force on them the happiness they refuse. You don't want, that babe does not want happiness, that rebel does not want happy, but she is bent upon forcing that happiness on him, on them, you see. You must have that happiness, heaven's joy might be yours. In words, that is the process of purification, to force on them. So he has given a number of examples. Love's immaculate sweetness, calling his honey, etc., etc. A chant hymeneal to the unseen divine, chant hymeneal. The marriage song, chant hymeneal, of coming together, of unseen divine. So it is the marriage, the bride and the bridegroom, lover, he is the divine, unseen divine, and the bride to this creation or life, a flaming rhapsody of white desire. Again, a white desire. There is a purity, there is nothing contaminated of the vital kind. There is a purity of passion in that thing. A flaming rhapsody of white desire, lewd and immortal music into the heart, and woe the slumbering year of ecstasy, and woe the slumbering year of ecstasy, and woe the slumbering year of ecstasy. You see, what a line! And woe the slum. I am burying ear and abyss of X. I am a T. Again a prick. And woe the slumbering year of ecstasy. Now this chant, this marriage, the bridal curtains are there, this song is being sung. Unseen divine, a flaming rhapsody. So the whole image is of music, of ecstasy, and therefore the ear is getting awoken to that. You say, lewd immortal music into the heart, and woe the slumbering of ecstasy. So that is a great thing she has done. This life, although, I mean, of course, she is standing in between the veil and the shadowy wall, but she is already doing great things. Unless that preparation is done in matter, matter cannot get ready enough to receive higher powers yet, you see. So that way it is a very difficult job also which life is carrying out. The dull matter, inert matter, unresponsive matter, not responding at all in any way, to awaken it, to give some kind of a life blood to it and shake it up and all that thing is a very tough kind of a job. And she is doing that thing. And woe is slumbering year of ecstasy. A purer, fire sun had there its soul. Pure, again she is repeating, purer, firier, blazing, full of fire, flame. He is using firier because Agni the purifier, and therefore purer, fierier, Agni the purifier, Agni Pavaka. The regular speaks of him as the Agni Pavaka, the purifier. Various sense had there its home. A burning earth no earthly limbs can hold. So what a great thing she is already doing. Although she is working on the basis of caprices and all that, but then there is a sort of a wisdom behind it. She has summoned the supermind, she has summoned the immanent divine. All them there, the masters are there, they are helping her. A burning no earthly limb can hold. One drew a large, unburdened, spacious breath, and a heart sped from bee to rapturous bee, and a heart sped from bee to rapturous bee. What a beautiful line musically, you see. And the heart and the spirit, heart sped, spondy, from beat to rap, rust beat, anapist. And the heart sped, spirit, spondy, from beat to rapture. Last is an anapist. And the heart sped from bay to rapturous bay. So that is a great moment of joy she has given. The voice of time sang of the immortal joy. The voice of time, Kala, is singing the song of the timeless, of the immortal. And inspiration and a lyric cry. The moments came with ecstasy, the moments came with ecstasy on the wings. You can't explain it, just enjoy it. The moments came with ecstasy on the wings. Beauty and unimaginable moved heaven fair, absolved from boundaries into vast of dream, absolved from boundaries into vast of dream. There are no boundaries at all to dream. Absolved, there are no boundaries at all. The cry of the birds of wonder, the cry of the birds of wonder, called from the sky, from the high skies coming down, to the deathless people with the shores of light. So the cry, the surge is towards the deathless shores of light. So the birds call from the sky to the deathless people. Deathless people are where? Across the shores of light. And the birds of wonder, they're calling them. And inspiration and the lyric cry. The moments came with ecstasy on the wing. The moment, very, very lyrical. The whole sentence is absolutely and so sweet and so packed, so enchanting. And inspiration and a lyric cry. That is our inspiration. In fact, you don't need an explanation. The moments give us ecstasy on their wing. So you can imagine ecstasy flying and coming on its wing. Beauty unimaginable, moved heaven bare, as pure as in heaven. She is moving her beauty. Absolved from boundaries in the vast of dream. Dream has no boundaries, absolved. The cry of the birds of wonder. I don't know what kind of birds these are. Must be really marvelous kind of birds. They are not in the sky at all. Certainly not our crows. The cry of the birds of wonder call from the sky to the deathless people, the shores of light. Deathless. He doesn't say immortal people of the shoreless light. Deathless people who have become deathless. Who can, if they want, come back to death and do further work. Deathless would be who can, if they want, they can come back to death and do further work. Deathless people. They are not governed by immortality, which is of a fixed kind, you see. And inspiration and a lyric cry. The moments came with ecstasy on the wing. Beauty unimaginable, food, haven, fair, absolved from boundaries, the vast of dreams. The cry of the birds of wonder called from the sky to the deathless people, to the souls. What a sentence, you see, absolutely remarkable. The voice of time sang with the immortal's joy. So that is the song of the immortal's joy. What is the song of the immortal joy? And inspiration, then the lyric cry. The moment came with ecstasy on the side. Beauty unimaginable, moved heaven bare, absolved from boundaries in the vast old dream. The cry of the birds wonder called from the sky to the deathless people, to the souls of light. As we can keep on repeating this sentence while going to the bed, before going to the bed, repeat this sentence at least 20 times, and you are really have the experience of the birds of wonder calling you to another dream world, you see, to a marvelous dream world. The birds of wonder are inviting you to the worlds of dream.